You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, as we said here today, Mike Florio and Pro Football Talk are getting obliterated, blown into dust, Death Star style, okay? Now, look, I like PFT. I like Florio. Charlene Williams, great journalist out of Dallas, works for them too. And they've got a hell of a lot of contacts, much to the chagrin of some fans that may not be able to stand PFT. They do. They've got a ton of contacts. They know just damn near every coach in the league. And, well, they get a lot of good information out, all right? However, look, and I'm guilty of this too occasionally. You take liberties trying to find content. And yesterday, Mike Florio somehow, some way took liberties by drawing a connection between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. And you may be like, wait, how is that? Well, it would involve the Cincinnati Bengals becoming the Chicago Bengals. Wait, what? And this article went viral yesterday that Florio put up, and look, it does say in theory, my God, he's getting destroyed right now because it's such a stretch. It's so much of a stretch, it just doesn't make sense. All right. Now, is Chicago Bears, are they in a, you see this headline, this is from 2 days ago. Bears Stadium project hits political crunch time. They're trying to get a new stadium. I've done videos about the Arlington Heights thing. You know, there's been the Lake Michigan thing, that's renovating Soldier. There's a lot of different things on the table, and there's drama in Chicago over the stadium. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. People don't want it to move out of Chicago, but at the same time, look, Gillette is how far out of Boston? It's a ways out. Look, I'm a Niners fan. The Niners are not the San Francisco 49ers. They're the Santa Clara Niners. They're 50 miles, 40, 50 miles out of San Fran. So a stadium being outside of the immediate city is not uncommon anymore. There's talk of it in Cleveland right now. All right? So the Bengals have some issues potentially, with leases, stadiums, all of that. But this is wild. New York, okay, New Jersey has 2 teams. LA has 2 teams. If London ever has 1, it will likely have 2. What about Chicago? Look, there has been rumors about Chicago getting a second NFL team for at least 15 years now. I don't know that it will ever happen. The market currently supports 2 teams in the sport that used to be America's pastime. And with the Bears getting nowhere when it comes to finagling taxpayer funding for a new stadium, the solution could come from having a second team play there. Instantly, the inventory of games would double from 10 to 20. It would become much easier for the Bears and possibly another team, unless it's just a tenant, to pay for the building with minimal public assistance. Enter the Bengals. What? Not an expansion team, the Bengals. They're less than 3 months away from the final countdown to an expiration of their lease at Paycor Stadium. And look, I know that franchise can be real cheap. Everybody knows that. During the league meetings this week, Executive VP Katie Blackburn said the quiet thing out loud. After 2025, the Bengals can go wherever they want to go. It's easy to come up with a list of cities that currently have no NFL teams, but the best outcome for the Bengals and the Bears could be to partner up in a new Chicagoland stadium, Lakefront or Arlington Heights. All right, wherever. The revenue from 20 NFL teams each year, along with everything else that could be hosted in a fixed roof building, should be able to pay for the building. The chances of this happening are actually low. I would say that's right. In theory, it's possible with political winds blowing more and more strongly against subsidies for football teams worth upwards of $1 of $10 billion or beyond, it might take brash creativity to solve the stadium situation for the Bears and the Bengals. So, this article went up yesterday. And again, I get it. You're trying to create content, blah, blah, blah. But they're 300 damn miles apart, roughly. All right, Chicago and Cincinnati. Also, you've got the Art Modell law there. The same as the law is there when the Browns once became the Ravens, the Bengals are protected by that as well. All right? That's out there as well. So this is beyond a stretch. Now, do I think you could see an expansion club, a second expansion club, a Chicago club eventually show up? Maybe. I mean, it's not unthinkable, but do I see a franchise? Look, if you were going to see any franchises, Jacksonville would be one of the ones I could think of right off the bat, not the Bengals. All right, so here we go. The Bears do not have a stadium problem. Soldier is better than 95% of the NFL's garbage stadiums. Bengals don't either. Well, Kobe Dant, yeah, the Bears do have a stadium problem. All right, and it's getting real ugly and it's getting real political. You see this right here. This is an entire article on the political dynamics that are going down there. I still think in the back of my mind it's going to be Arlington Heights, which is going to be outside of Chicago. They've proposed a beautiful, and I've did videos on it, entertainment/sports complex out there, and I just have this feeling that's where that's going. You do realize the Bears are in Chicago, the Bengals are in Cincinnati. This page is becoming a bigger and bigger joke by the day. Completely unserious, quote, reporting. I mean, yeah, it's wild. They're 4 hours apart through 2 states. This guy just said, get help, stop it. It's wild. There's a legend that Hallis has it in old NFL contracts that Chicago cannot have a second team. Is that true? That's interesting because I seem to remember something about that. I don't know if it's true or not. But yeah, I can remember that being brought up in the past. I can remember that, yes. Right here. Would never happen. Owners don't like sharing. Bears need to build in Arlington Heights and own their own building instead of leasing from Chicago and the Park District. Also allows them to build hotels, restaurants, and bars like the Ricketts did with Wrigley and create additional revenue streams. They would crush it. I just can't see this happening. It's such a wow. I'm sure the Cincinnati fans would love that expense and travel to see their team. Shake my head. I won't even click on this. Dumbest thing I've seen, and that's saying something for this outlet. Yikes. The Chicago Bengals, a bunch of laughing. I mean, wow. A second Chicago team would be dope. Again, I don't know that you could rule out a second team. That's not the Bengals. I just don't think. As a Bears fan, I would despise this. I'm sure Bengals fans agree. What in God's green earth are we talking about? No. This is just what? Laughing my ass off, huh? This sounds like a really dumb idea. This is almost as bad as the books you write, almost. His books are pretty good, actually. Wow. That's crazy. This is so dumb. Dude, you are dumb. Yeah, it's crazy. Cincinnati and Chicago are 300 miles apart. What the F is this post? Florio, put down the bong. This guy just said, are you high right now? Are you high? I saw this and was wild. He did, by the way, answer a second. Well, in fact, I can show it because somebody tweeted out, Inquirer Sports said the following: Mike Florio, Bengals should move to Chicago area, share stadium with Bears. Florio answered with, quote, should is really taking liberties with our article. I answered Mike. I said, Mike, I like the site. I like the grind you guys put in over there. But one could, in quote, say writing this article, period, on this was taking liberties. It was a stretch. They cooking you, Mike. He's getting destroyed. They're getting destroyed right now over this. And I get it. I mean, look, far be it from me to content. I get it. But putting the Bengals in Chicago? I read that and was like, wait, what is happening right now? And why does that make any sense? And there's really no sense to it. Again, maybe a Jacksonville or something like that. An expansion team. I mean, look, yeah, again, there's been rumors of a second team in Chicago for years. By the way, there's rumors of a second team in Dallas one of these days. But Jerry, he is not going to allow that to happen. Austin, San Antonio, I don't know. There's been rumors about Austin for years, but there's also been a lot of speculation that Jerry Jones is so powerful he's killed having a team in Austin. So we would have to see, do the Bears have that kind of power, yada, yada, yada. This was just wild to even bring up to begin with. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.